the day lines I like to put on, and we're going to see when we come into our time frame, what we're basically looking at is an optional re-entry. But there is absolutely no, well, there's some setups obviously here, but they don't trigger in. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Here's this key level adjustment you saw in the chart. The entry price on this trade was at 53.97. 53.97. As soon as you see that, you're thinking you got to, bump this up. So I went over top of the 5400 level, and I also added my spread in. Don't forget to add your spread in on every buy order. Okay, that includes your stops when you're going short and your profit targets. You want to make sure you adjust for your spread costs. Okay. So this adjustment, as you saw on the chart that I showed you just before this, that key level adjustment keeps me out of the trade. The system is in a trade. I'm not in a trade. Smart adjustment around the key level. I'm going to come back around here with a short. And the short is at 53.61, and then you're going to see right down to our full target. Now, generally what happens once you get to trade management area, now mine is basically right on top of my ultimate target. It's at 43 pips. Just simply because, if I'm only, 17, 15, 16, 17 pips in profit, 15 pips in profit, 15 pips is a sneeze in the FX market. When we get these tails kind of on the candles, there's nothing worse than getting poked out of your trade just because you're a little bit too tight in your stop. Now, if you're risking a X percentage of your trading account, this is where my stop is placed. I go for a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio initially on my day trading. Right, from here to here and here to here is the exact same. So this is roughly 2%. But I've talked about in other videos where you're going to make sure you do some rounding. So if you're allowed to trade, 7.9 minis, bump it down to 7. All right, so now you're not risking your 2%, you're risking a little bit less. And what that's going to do is going to allow you to make smart adjustments, a few pips here and there around some swing levels, around an indicator, and those little small adjustments. All right, I'm not talking 10, 15 pip adjustments. That's just ridiculous. But small little adjustments can really save you. And as you know, once we get a switch up to the buy zone on a short, we get early exits. All right, so that's going to decrease my risk anyhow. So what happens here? Trade comes down, hit here, go to break even. What's the worst that's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. I'm not going to lose anything. Go to the full target, and you can see how this trail would have worked out. And unfortunately, I wasn't trailing. Entry price at 53.60. You want to go a couple of pips above the profit line. 53.60 was where I got in. The profit line, remember I said 2. Don't forget your spread. All right, so right here is at 53.04, up 2, right, around 5.6. So, the high on this candle is 53.07. You probably got taken out right here. And if you didn't, you sure did when it hit here. All right, so your stop would have been in this area right here. 53.07, let's say, from 53.61. Not a bad payday. All right. Now, this goes right into past our cutoff trading time, but you're not just going to close your trade down. I would hope not, anyhow. You miss these kind of moves. And these kind of trails, when you get these, they don't happen every day. Okay, but when they do, they far more than make up. Once you're down here and you scale out a portion of your position, move your stop to break even, and you get ready for your trail, more than make up for what you've lost here. As long as you can get an extra 21 pips on your, depending on what your target is here, on your trail, you're in really good water. All right, so that was the what I wanted to show here on the pound US, how important these key level adjustments. And it's also important that you know that the coaches here at NetPicks trade these strategies. Okay, we're not just putting these videos together and in hindsight. These are traded. All right. And I think that speaks volumes. And I also think you'll find that a lot of these other people out there that have, your email box gets full, I'm sure as well. Hardly any of them actually trade, and sure as heck aren't going to show you some of their live trades. So that's what happened here. Let's check out the Euro Yen. All right, here's the Euro Yen. This chart still has some of my my lines on it. And like I said, when I first started in the session, I had a both ways I could have taken trades. So when that happens, I don't really pay much attention to the directional. Some traders still do. It's just close up here. And at the start of the session, I was fine with trailing. But as the day got on, it was time to put a stop to that. And here's the entry price on this trade was at 112.72.